Hey Sagittarius, this is your love and relationship tarot reading, and if this resonates with you, I have an extended version of this linked below, and in that version I'm going to look at this situation but from the perspective of the person you're dealing with. Let's get into your reading. The Queen of Pentacles was the first card out. This tells me that you're really investing in this relationship and putting your all into it, and you're starting to watch it thrive and grow, and you're feeling very accomplished, and this Chariot card is just further leaning into accomplishment, satisfaction, and progression in the relationship. The final card so far, we're going to pull more to clear them up, is the Three of Wands. So together this looks like a lot of progress in the right direction. There is growth with the number threes and abundance, and the Queen is also a 3. And it's the relationship. I see you have it on your mind, and it seems like the person is beginning to meet you halfway at this time, and you're very much on the same page. However, the subconscious part of this reading is the Five of Cups. So deep down, there has been an issue that you're still aware of on some level that has caused you to feel like there was some loss in connection with you and this person. And this recently, in the Nine of Wands energy, has given you, though, more of a drive not to just hold back anymore. Your person, oh great, construction happening. Let me keep going, and I hope it isn't too distracting. This is a little sporadic. The Four of Pentacles is in their position at the moment, so there is a little bit of defensiveness or being held back between the two of you. It seems like yours is more so you had this idea, okay, well, I'm just going to pull back and I'm not going to express to them what I want to or whatever it may be. But at the same time, you had this drive to keep persevering and keep fighting for this relationship. And you are going to soon see the fruits of your labor. The World card is coming up pretty soon. So in the next couple of weeks, I think you're going to feel a bigger sense of accomplishment around this relationship. The King of Swords tells me you have to make some sort of a decision around this. And I see the Two of Swords here being like, well, which am I going to choose? And you're at some sort of a deadlock in what you're going to do. The person you're dealing with, they're causing some delays or holding back something from the relationship. I think we should pull some more cards. Let's see if anybody is expanding their relationship insofar as like they're recently having a child or thinking about that. The Queen of Pentacles is a really nice card for growth and fertility, and the World card coming out with that is just, I've seen this be pregnancy or a huge celebration, baby being born, so congratulations if that's applying to you. But you need to take matters into your own hands within this relationship now, Sagittarius. There's been signs of progression and it's really going the distance here, but there's something you need to be a little bit more disciplined on. This could be just you setting some like more boundaries and avoiding things getting built up that lead to bitterness and resentment. You're kind of been encouraged to set some boundaries and be quite decisive. You want this to work out and you are like open to this person. However, they seem to be holding back, and it seems to just be limiting some area of the relationships, like full progress. The disappointment that is sort of like niggling at you, or this sense of like loss and connection between the two of you, is presenting some sort of a limit or a block where you're just not sure about how to fully communicate with this person or fully fully connect with this person. But you have a lot of drive, and overall the ending of this seems quite optimistic so far, where you push forward and you progress in the relationship. For homeowners and for people that have just bought a car with their person, it seems like there's been some good vibes around your home and living situation if you live with this person, or maybe your person got a car, or now there's a way that you get to each other's homes easier. The Queen of Pentacles, let's see what's going on here. I feel like you are really an agent of abundance in this relationship, and your actions and endeavors are helping this thrive. So let's see now. The Lovers card, wonderful. You can rest assured at the moment, Sagittarius, that you're doing the most for this to work out and to really evolve to the next level of your relationship. The Chariot card. So there's some sort of a window now where a lot of progress can be made in this relationship. I am sensing that you guys go on a drive somewhere, really have a good heart to heart. There might be some of you guys that are like renting an RV and taking off on like a sort of trip somewhere, and then you're really going to see like how you guys get along. For others, this relationship is being elevated to the next level, like the Lovers card suggests. And for some, it's via moving in together, extending your home, or doing something around the home and living situation. Things are happening quickly now, and that's interesting because the World card seems like it's coming up very soon, energetically, in a couple of weeks, where you start to see the success of all the effort you've been making and all this investment you've been making with this person. The Chariot and the Eight of Wands, it's just pronto. It's like this is going to start happening quickly. The progression is going to start being made. There may be some sort of a surprise or twist in the tail in relation to like spending time with family, in relation to the person, if they have children perhaps, like, you know, just plans kind of get changed. I kind of do see this as a change in direction quite suddenly. So maybe that's what you're looking for, Sagittarius. Maybe you are looking for a change in this in the direction of this relationship altogether. It seems like it's happening now, and it seems like it's happening quickly. So the Two of Cups, as it stands, this relationship is in a good place, you may say, but you know you have a long way to go, and until you're elevated, let's say, to the Lovers situation here. But the Two of Cups, what are you aware of in this relationship, and what are you most aware of? Apart from the fact that I think there are really sincere feelings here, what else is there? The King of Cups. There is a deep love here. It's transformative in nature. This is the kind of love, I believe, that allows people to pick up where they left off. This also allows people to be their true self with each other, and I don't really feel like this is the type of relationship that holds very many grudges. You really think that this person could be like a parent of children, maybe they already are, but it's something that is totally transformational, and it can get a lot deeper than what it is right now. The construction. I do apologize, Sagittarius, for this happening during your reading. This is really towards the end of my readings now, and I've been lucky not to have this so far. But Sagittarius, deep down there's some like little niggling doubt or sense of loss. It's not really getting in your way too much. The Devil card in the bottom of the deck here at the moment. It's not really like putting too many limits on you, but the more you dwell, you start to think of new things. The High Priestess. Things come like almost from your intuition here, I'm seeing with the High Priestess, like something from deep down can't help but stir you. If there was a situation that was sudden and derailing around your happiness, your family together, your personal fulfillment, as an individual or as a couple, that seems to be what's something of some sort of a message from deep down. This High Priestess energy is pure intuition, so I don't think you're off the mark at all when you're sort of having these intense feelings of something from deep down. Like, even though everything is moving along now and you're seeing the progress, you keep coming back to an incident that suddenly changed things for you guys. So the Nine of Wands here, recently something has given you the motivation, though, not to just let this defeat you guys, and to keep going and persevering with this person. If I'm speaking to anyone with the moon in Sagittarius, this is going to be an extra message for you. The Eight of Cups. So those with the moon in Sagittarius, or just the Sagittarius is watching, have had to leave a lot of bullshit behind them in order to stay standing and keep their head above water here. So like, there's no doubt that there has been things that you just have had to be the bigger person and walk away from what you may have even perceived as like disrespect or some conniving mind games or any sort of like manipulation. You've had to look at it from a higher vantage point and see that that person is only acting from their perspective and the knowledge they have now, and perhaps it isn't personal, but again, this is making me see why you may need firmer boundaries around like what you allow, so that it doesn't turn into regret or anything like that, because you can be the bigger person here, Sagittarius, and it looks like you have been. So the World card, it looks like something worth celebrating, or something feels like it's finally coming full circle around this relationship, and it comes like a sense of completion, and you look at each other, I sense, and say, we really made it, we got past this hurdle, and we're like, you know, we've a lot that, yes, exactly, the Ace of Swords. We've a lot to say that we've accomplished. Triumph over adversity, getting past challenges as a couple. The Queen of Wands. For sure, there's a lot of like, kind of physical energy here, and this is very passionate. I really do get the sense that you're with a person that is equally like a kind of firecracker or a kind of sparky personality, but a strong personality. No wallflowers here I'm seeing in this relationship. The World card and the Queen of Wands. For some, promotion in your company or a promotion in your personal life, if you've been wanting to become a parent or a pet owner, or open some sort of a startup together, it seems like there's a reason to be celebrating very soon in this relationship, and it gives you a lot more confidence and self-confidence. Okay, so the King of Swords, but you do need a firm boundary here, and I think it's around some sort of a disrespect. So let's look at the King of Swords. The advice here is to be stern. The Nine of Pentacles. At points, at some timings in our lives with the timing of the Moon card, it is okay to put yourself first and to make sure you're still carving some sort of independence and a role of independence in this relationship, that you still have financial independence, that you still have, like, you know, your joys, your pleasures, your friends, your family, and you're not getting too swept up in just the relationship itself. There are boundaries and that need to be honored here, and they look like at times knowing when the timing is right to put yourself first and you know, say no to the disrespect or the mind games. Okay, so that's what's important, and that's what I'm seeing coming through as some advice here. Let's look at the person you're dealing with very briefly. As I said, I'm going to do a full reading on this person, or a full reading on the perspective of this person, so I'll link that below. It is on Patreon. There is a lot of extra and exclusive content over there too, so if you like the way I read or you like this content, maybe you'd like to sign up for that. So the Four of Pentacles, looking at it from their point of view, you can't help but feel like this person is causing a lot of setbacks. I have the Four and Five of Pentacles here, and this makes you feel like, well, am I not good enough? And like, do I not deserve all of this? Okay, so they're causing some sort of a setback here, and it's making you slightly uneasy, and it's hard for you to fully feel centered or anchored in this relationship, especially since there are a lot of talk. Okay, so there may have been indicators of holding themselves back. Maybe they're insecure. I am sensing that with the Four of Pentacles. It is a lot of insecurity at times, and the way they communicate via the Page of Pentacles reflects this sense of insecurity or lack of it's like almost like when people don't feel like they're worthy of this relationship and how blessed it is, often, like that Five of Swords we've seen, we can self-sabotage our own happiness by saying things that are nasty or belittling to the person we're with, to in turn try and make us feel more secure, but the effect may really end up with pushing that person away after all. So it is important to kind of like see where you're coming from in this relationship, and I feel like they have some insecurities and they're starting to talk them talk them through with you, which is good. But what is getting brought up is some sort of uneasiness for you. And then there is, of course, if you're dealing with a Leo, this is very strong, or an Aquarian, I'm seeing this is very strong. King of Swords, Leo energy, King of Wands, any other signs that I'm really seeing coming through here. At the moment, let's leave it at that. It could be any sign, but it's just something I'm seeing quite strong right now. If you're dealing with a Leo, there seems to be some sort of issue of dominance between you guys, whoever that falls on, being more or less like kind of perceived to be dominant in the relationship. Okay, the Two of Swords. You have to draw the line somewhere is what you're aware of right now, Sagittarius. And you're kind of like going off instinct as to what is really kind of like going on. You're going off instinct, like, what do I allow happen? That's the kind of energy I'm picking up here. The Two of Swords and the Hierophant. So there might be this kind of urge in you, Sagittarius, like, even not to let sleeping dogs lie. And like, even though you are over the hurdle basically in a couple of weeks around whatever this issue is in the relationship, I don't see big issues. I see just this relationship starting to grow and thrive really quickly, but that you just can't help but feel some sort of deep down sense of like, well, what about that thing? Your ease with the flow of things is helping this person unlock some of their heart space, open up to you and communicate with you about what they want from this relationship or their own insecurities. Then maybe that's good enough in itself for now. Maybe the Hierophant is very rigid and they're always right. This basically tells me that there's something you are not fully satisfied with, and there's something that you want to be proven right on still, or, you know, just have it be known that you were the one in the right here. That's what I'm sensing. Okay, so Sagittarius, the Three of Wands. Before we move on to the second part of your reading, and I'm going to wait until that annoying sound stops, the Three of Wands is telling me basically that this relationship is still growing a lot and growing together, growing as individuals. But the Three of Wands would tell me that it's kind of like the forks in the road and all the pathways that are emerging, you kind of find yourselves back on the same one. The Page of Cups and Three of Swords at the bottom of the text. There is growth to be had, and the threes do represent growth. Now this one looks a little more like it could be piercing, but we can grow a lot through the revelation of truth. And the Page of Cups in reverse can indicate something that hasn't fully come out yet or come to the surface, because people aren't necessarily emotionally ready to divulge that. So all I'm sensing here is there's plenty of room for growth. If it's possible to let sleeping dogs lie on one thing you really want to be right about, but for other Sagittarius, I do see that this need to be right or to be vindicated or proven right will bring about balance that you're looking for, because this is related to that your intuition was right about. All right, Sagittarius, I'm gonna shuffle these cards up, meditate with this jackhammer outside. Love New York City for that reason. And then I will get on to your second reading, your extended reading through the eyes of the person you're dealing with instead. Thanks for watching.